Hi, everybody. Welcome to Conscious Conversations. I'm your host, Katie Augustyn. So I am the founder of the Transformation Center, which is based in Westport, Connecticut. And at the center, in addition to the individual healing and coaching sessions that I do, I also host other practitioners. And we do workshops, we do different kinds of trainings. Some of it is on Zoom, like the shamanic clinic that we have every month on the first Tuesday of the month, or second Tuesday. Anyway, all of the information is on our website, which is transformationcenterct.com. You can check out the events and you can sign up for a free 30-minute consultation call. Happy to speak with you about what's going on in your life. And the purpose of the Transformation Center and the work, the sessions that I do individually, it's really to help you gain a greater self-awareness. Find out what's important to you and, also discover your limiting beliefs, because we all have them. They're unconscious, and you can transform them to empowering beliefs, which will help you create a life that you love. So I welcome any inquiries. Just text or call or check out the website. So thank you again for being here. And I'm excited tonight that my guest is Giovanna Tartarone.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and we just met recently too.
Yes.
And I knew immediately I wanted to connect more.
Thank you.
And have you talk to our audience, because you have so much to offer.
Thank you so much for having me
Yeah.
here. This is lovely. It's definitely something that I connect very well to.
Right, we're going to hear more about that because
Yeah.
you have your own show as well. So I'm going to read a little bit about you for our audience, and then we're going to put up your contact info slide, okay? So Giovanna is an educator. She's a transformational leader. She's an author, a mentor, certified life coach, and TV host. Wow, a lot of different things, right? We're going to find out more about all of that. And she's CEO of a company called Sparking Change Now, which I absolutely love that title.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. And through that, she empowers you to embrace your personal growth and live your full potential. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, we kind of have that in common,
Yes, absolutely.
helping people do that. And she's an author of a book. It's called Power of the Rainbow. And I think rainbow, it's like an acronym for like each
letter representing something.
Okay, I checked that out already,
Yes.
so I'm gonna find out more about it. And she inspires through her TV shows, her books, and her mentoring, helping people achieve courage, resilience, and fulfillment in their lives. Wow, it's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, thanks again for being here.
Thank you.
So before we get into all of this, because there's so much here to talk about, I'm kind of curious, like a little bit about how you got into this work. Is there anything you want to share about that?
So, I love to learn. I love to learn. As an educator, and I'm a go-getter, right? Like everyone else who tries to achieve so much in life. And I came across my journey of having cancer, and so it just opened up a whole new world for me, because I couldn't understand how we work so hard, we try to achieve so much, and then something like this happens and it just like blows you away. Like I needed to know why. So I entered into personal development, and that began my journey to really know who I am. To study me. I studied so much. I have a master's in banking, a master's in education, a real estate license, an esthetician license. I kept going, right? And I'm like, I had it all, but there was something missing. Something was missing. So that curiosity of me started digging, and I got into personal development, like I said, and Bob Proctor came into my world. Tony Robbins, Napoleon Hill Institute. I mean, all these great leaders came into my life to help me to study me. Not something outside of me, but who I am. And what am I here? What's my purpose? I mean, a lot of people ask that question, what is my purpose? Right. And I needed to know. right? So I received a second chance at life, and now I'm out to really encourage others
to do that.
to do the same. Don't wait for something drastic to happen, right? Because sometimes we do. We find ourselves in a dark place, and you know, when we get out of it, there's a reason you need to give back. So this is my way of giving back. Everything that I've been doing, I've been really focusing on helping people to see the best of themselves, see their potential, right? It's the fear that holds us back. It's the limiting beliefs, like you said, that holds us back. And the truth of the matter is, it's all our perception of things, right? We're the ones who put the brakes on. We're the ones who take the foot off the brake. So I love to show people that they can do whatever they want. They have to put their mind on it, stay focused, and anything can be achieved.
Yeah, wow, that's so true.
Yeah.
And it's amazing that you know, sometimes I think that if we're not really paying attention or not listening, then the universe tries to get our attention in different ways. Sometimes it's we get ill, sometimes it's we have an accident.
Yes.
Sometimes it's some person in our life is taken away from us.
Right.
Something to get us to at least stop and listen. And it sounds like that's exactly what happened to you.
Exactly. And I started really turning inward. I started really taking the time for me, right? I wasn't that way before. I mean, we're conditioned to say, let's take care of everyone else.
Right.
But now it was my turn. So by doing that, it helped me to really understand, you know, why those things happen. Because really, when you do acknowledge and you say, okay, now I know, now I got the lesson, I don't have to repeat this again.
Yes,
right?
right.
Because sometimes things pop up again and again and again.
Right, maybe we didn't get it the first time or second time, right?
Right, so it's so good
Had to be drastic.
Right, it's so good to know that what I've learned, I can share. What you're learning, you're sharing, and bringing awareness to everyone, because we're all here trying to achieve the same things in life. But what we're trying to achieve is really within first. Yeah. We have to, you know, love ourselves first unconditionally before we can love someone else. We need to be proud of ourselves first before somebody else can be proud of us. So it's the reverse of everything that I learned in all my life. And, you know, it just, again, opening up these, going to personal development, it was an eye-opener for me, a shocker. I mean, it sparked change in me, so I'm here to give back and do the same.
Yeah. So did you discover that your purpose in life is to help other people?
So because of the cancer journey, I know that when we go down this path, we're full of fear. And having fear really doesn't help us to heal.
Well, it can
Right?
create the problem to begin with.
It can create the problem to begin with, but also really take away the inner strength that we have that helps us to heal.
Yeah, blocks.
Right, and blocks it. So at first I was like in denial, like, is that really my journey? Like, is that why I made it? And I try to like get away from it, but it keeps coming back. So I know it's a calling that I'm here to share, that if I can make it through cancer, so can others. They must have the strength, the faith, and the believing that they can.
Yeah.
Right? Because I understand now we can't be in faith and fear at the same time, no matter what situation you're in.
Yeah.
It's either faith or fear. And if you're on the side of fear, you are closing the doors to possibilities.
Yeah. It's very well put.
Right? So if you stay on the side of faith and just knowing that something greater is in charge, those doors can open up.
Yeah.
And so again, it's our limiting beliefs. It's what we've been conditioned, what we see in the news, what we hear, what, you know, our families say, our friends say, that we allow it to become ours.
Yes. 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 My guest before was saying, just because it's a belief doesn't mean it's true. Right?
No, it's not. And that's it. If you didn't create it, it's not yours. Right? Try it out, regardless of what people say. Go on that path. You know, there's that little voice that talks to us all the time. I always say there's two of us. The one that we know only at home, and then the one that we show everyone else. But go inside your own self and answer those questions, because every answer that we're looking for is within us. No one has the right answer until we say, okay, that's the right answer. Right? It's our voice, our little voice that really guides us.
Right, and to learn to trust it, the real you, you at the core, and I believe it's a spark of the divine.
Yes,
that we all have, and we're all one. Not only are we all connected, we're all one.
Absolutely.
But we all have that spark of the divine, and I think once we start to tune into that, then our intuition becomes more available.
Absolutely.
Trust our intuition, right?
Absolutely. That's our guidance. I truly believe that. I had to make a very tough decision during COVID to leave my education world because the vaccine was mandated. And, it was like I was scared. It was like, do I follow that voice as saying, don't take it because your immune system is compromised?
Oh, right.
Or take it because everybody else is taking it and everyone else is saying that you must take it. And I made that, I listened to that voice. I wouldn't be here speaking to you if I didn't listen to that voice.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm living my purpose now, because I followed that voice. And that voice now has taken me to places I couldn't even imagine.
Right. So you've experienced where that can lead you.
Absolutely. I never thought I'd be an author. I'm an author. I never thought I would meet Oprah. I met Oprah.
Oh, you did?
Things that I would never, ever imagine. But when you're following that intuition, you're following that voice.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. And also what I've learned recently is aligning our will with the will of the divine.
Yes.
Makes things so much easier. Really starts to open things up, and tuning into that and asking for that. I think a lot of this, we can ask for help, right?
Absolutely.
From our spirit guides, from the
And again,
divine.
we're not taught to go inside and ask for help, because we're taught to go on the outside. We don't do that. And that's why I love what you do, because we are bringing awareness to, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Sometimes I remember one time, and many people have said this, like, God, if you exist, like, show me, give me a sign, right? And all of a sudden they get a sign and they're like, oh my God, was that real?
Right. Show me another sign, right?
So, it's like, and they know it's there if it's a good thing. But when they're struggling with something, they forget to go there.
Oh, good point.
Right?
Yeah.
So when everything's going great, thank goodness, thank God for that, right? But why don't we go there when we're not, feeling our best? Because we can still get help.
Absolutely.
At that time. I say that every part of our body there's a system. We have a system, an internal system, and a guidance that, internal GPS, I'll call it. That if we tap into that, I believe there will be less fear. People feel more confident in what they're doing. They take more chances, right? We are raised, conditioned to say that we must go to work for someone in order to be successful, get the benefits from that company. And I had to shift that mindset for myself and say, why can't I do that? What's stopping me from creating my own company? So, it's just a whole different way of thinking.
It is. It's a different mindset, and I think that could be the first step for a lot of people, is to discover that and try it out and embrace it. Start to look at things differently, and to know that we don't have to make other people happy. That's really, it's nice, but it's not really why we're here.
Right.
Or even for us to be happy is not necessarily why we're here. I think it's more about being fulfilled.
And happiness will follow,
And, yeah,
right? Happiness will follow. It's like a given. Like you invited me here, like I'm thrilled to be here, right? And that's the happiness just follow from you just being of service,
Right, exactly.
right? And that's essentially why we're all here, is to be of service to each other,
I believe that too.
right? And we get our happiness from seeing other people happy. You know, yes, we must be happy ourselves first, but it's the giving versus the taking that makes us happy.
Yeah.
Right? And if we do more of that, and you know, when we say giving, it doesn't mean you have to physically give something. You can say good morning to someone and you just made their day. You can say, what a beautiful blouse. It just made their day because they're being acknowledged.
Right.
So acknowledging and just little simple words can make people really happy.
And just connecting on a human level.
Yes.
You know, and seeing people for who they are. You know, what I like to practice is like just seeing the good in everyone. You know, like, so I use love as like a way of being, not necessarily romantic like that.
Yes, yes.
But just like feeling love, you know, giving love. To me, that's something that's free. You know, you can do this.
I say the best things in life don't cost any money.
That's so true.
And love, you know, happiness, being content, being
kind,
compassionate, kind, doesn't cost anything.
Yeah.
Right? It also adds to the world, because collectively, if we're all living in this world, you know, what we put out there is going to benefit all.
Yes.
Right? So being positive and really spreading love, as you say, is, I believe, the only way to live life.
I agree.
With freedom, with peace.
Yeah. It does bring freedom and peace.
Right? So
Totally. Yeah.
I love it.
Well, I know we could talk about this all day, but I do want to hear about your book, and I want to hear about 7 steps to sparking change. Those 2 things that I wrote down to ask you about.
So my book was written based on my own experience when I went through my transformation. And each letter of the rainbow represents a step, an internal step and commitment to yourself, like the change that needs to happen in order for you to really feel fulfilled, finding your purpose and going through that transformation. So the first one is R for reconnect. Reconnecting to your authentic self. With yourself. No one out there has the answers for you but you. So getting still, getting quiet, and really connecting to your divinity, your divine. Right? A is for awareness. Being aware, what we say, our feelings. You know, the words we choose are very important. What comes out of our mouth is really meant for us first. So when you say, if you think about that, if you say something like, I love you, those words, you're speaking it to yourself. Vice versa, right? It works the other way, law of polarity.
Yeah.
That, you know, if you say, I hate you, well, then it's going to come back to you. But so being aware of the language that you're using, because we are our worst critic.
True.
Right? And so we want to lift ourselves up. We are so good at lifting other people up. But when it comes to us, we don't do it. So being aware, having a level of awareness of what are we saying, how are we feeling, taking time for ourselves.
Like self-awareness.
Self-awareness, yes.
Yeah.
I is for imagination. So everything starts in the imagination. You know, everything starts in the imagination. Whether somebody had to picture making the water bottle before the water bottle came, a car had to be pictured in somebody's mind. So our mind is very powerful. And we are taught that the imagination was for when we were kids. But the truth of the matter is, if you look at anything that you wanted, you first had to see it in your mind. You know, we think in pictures, right? I take you to your refrigerator. I say, go to the refrigerator right now. You picture your kitchen, right? And so we think in pictures. So our imagination and bringing images to the mind is very important when you want something. Even though the world says you can't have it, you can have anything you want in your imagination. I love Dr. Wayne Dyer. I studied him. He's very good on that. But so the imagination is it's a powerful tool, which helped me to also begin to focus on what I wanted in my health, right? At the time. It's versus whatever, I understand what's going on. I understand what I see in front of me. I understand the reports. But what do I want?
So then you can create it.
So you can create it, but in order for you to create anything, you have to see it first in the mind.
Yeah.
So that's the I. N is for nurturing, and I just did a presentation yesterday on nurturing. It's about nurturing ourselves, giving ourselves unconditional love, right? It's knowing that we matter, that we can respect ourselves, we can honor ourselves. We don't honor ourselves that much.
Yeah.
So learning how to honor yourself first is extremely important. B is for beliefs. You know, we keep saying it.
Yeah.
You know, we have to examine the beliefs, whatever they are. They're limiting beliefs that we inherited. They're not even ours.
Right.
You know, and so we have to say, why do I believe this? What makes it true? And when you go against it and you test it, most of the time it's not your beliefs. And if you can create new beliefs, like I never thought I would be right here, right? But why not? Who said I can't?
Yeah.
I did. So if I can say I can't, I can say I can, right?
That's right. You just flip it.
Exactly. There's an opposite to everything,
Yes.
right? It's just that you have to go through the change. And change is not easy, but it can be done.
Yeah, absolutely.
You set your mind up and you can do it. Always for being optimistic. You know, we must have an attitude of gratitude, being, you know, positive about everything. Why not? We have that choice.
Absolutely. I mean, that was my father's favorite saying. And when he was ill, he would say, I have an attitude of gratitude.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. With everything. Even the little tiny things, because you can't receive bigger things if you're not grateful for the little things you have in life, right? And W is for wins. Celebrating us, celebrating you. You are a gift to this world, and we don't know that. We don't know that until we come across life struggles.
I think we forget it.
We forget it. You're absolutely right. I will say that.
Yes.
Because the experiences that we have, we do forget that we are a gift. You're absolutely right.
I think,
And so W is for wins, because when you go through that transformation, I know I'm on the winning side right now. I'm on the winning side because I know why I'm here. I know what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
And that makes a world of a difference of the way I live today versus how I was living before.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow. So the book just takes us through all of those in more detail.
Correct.
Like action steps and.
Correct.
Like
and then there's also an assessment on your beliefs in the book,
cool. Okay.
which is really good. And,
Yes.
you know, and seeing if you need someone to help you, a mentor, a coach.
Yeah, it's true because, you know, I spend a lot of time helping people discover what their limiting beliefs are.
Yes.
Because they're unconscious.
Yes.
You know, we don't know we have them, right?
No, we don't. I was watching, I'm sure you heard of Dr. Bruce Lipton.
Yeah.
And he had a webinar Saturday or Sunday, I believe it was, and his nephew runs the show. And he spoke about our subconscious mind. You know, we have programs. We run on programs. Brushing your teeth, getting dressed, putting on your shoes. These are all programs that we have that run our lives daily. But there's also the programs that are limiting you.
Right.
You know, the programs
that we created or that were handed down to us.
Either they were handed down to us. You know, a quick little cute story about a little girl asked the mom, "Mom, why do you cut the bacon every time you have to fry it and put it in the pan?" She goes, "I don't know, ask Grandma." "Grandma, why do you cut the bacon every time, you know, around the bacon when before you cook it?" She goes, "I don't know, great grandma they used to do it, so I did it." "Go ask great grandma," she was still alive. "Great grandma, why did you cut the?" "Because the pan was too small." Right? There was no rhyme or reason for it.
Oh, wow.
And that's exactly what happens to our beliefs.
Yes,
you know, we don't question it. We just we run on these programs, and we have to find time to look at the limiting beliefs that we have, and then
transform them.
And it can be done. I got into energy psychology, and which is so beautiful because you can shift the energy in our body. And you know, this is one of my again, I needed it for me. I needed to shift my energy with all those things that happened to me to understand how we can change. The question is, do you want to change? Because if you're comfortable in your life and you're like, oh no, I'm okay, I'm comfortable, that's limiting you. You're not living your full potential.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And your being comfortable is just being on the safe side. And I will tell you, these days, I don't know who's feeling safe, but it's a world is very, different right now out there, and you have to take ownership of yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. There is a lot of fear out there, that's for sure.
Right.
So there's ways to use it to your advantage and, have it empower you to find another way, basically.
That's it. And there's always another way.
Yeah, and you don't have to get to the point where you get sick or get injured or something.
Right.
And I think that's what people don't understand, that it's always available to us. All of these tools are available, and even if, like you said, even if you're comfortable, there's always another
comfortable,
level.
you're not growing, right?
Yeah.
And comfortable, you're staying the same. And I will say to you, and we all know nothing stays the same in this world.
No, you're either going forward or backwards.
Backwards,
yeah.
Right? So step into something that you want to do. Have faith that you can do it. And let nothing stop you.
Yeah.
So that you can really live the best life that you can. And have no regrets. A lot of people die with regrets, that they didn't do this and they didn't do that and they wish they did.
Yeah, and just be in that space of love, no matter how things have evolved to where, because I know people that, like, they're not speaking with somebody in their family, or, they're not even sure how it happened, but there's always an opportunity to change.
And the holidays are coming around, so it's the perfect time
Yeah.
to make peace with everyone. Find a way to forgive, find a way to open up the doors, because if you have doors that are closed, again, it limits you. It really does, and it puts you in the side of fear and worry and doubt and anger, and those are all low emotions, low vibrational emotions, that doors cannot open under those premises.
They block our
genuine
everything.
self. Yes.
Yeah.
So use the holidays. This is the time.
Find the common ground. Find the love.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Be the love.
Be the love.
That saying,
that.
be the change you want to see in the world. Well, I say be the love you want to see in the world.
Beautiful. Absolutely. Because we are at the core of who we are. We are love. We are an extension of God. We are love.
Yeah, we came in that way. And we just have to get back to it, uncover it. That's what I like to say. Just
the veils,
uncover it.
Take away the veils, of course. Love it.
Well, this was a wonderful conversation.
Thank you.
I'm so happy we got to do this today, Giovanna.
Likewise. Thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah.
The more of us that can share this information, I believe the more people are going to get curious.
Yes.
Right? And that's kind of like what you're doing here with me, and kind of like what I do with my show too. I bring on different guests as well, to really share this information, because it's not right in front of our eyes.
Right, you do have to open your eyes a little bit more, but it's out there. So I would say maybe we can put up Giovanna's slide one more time with your contact info.
Okay.
And they can find your show on your website,
Yes.
I imagine.
Yes.
With all of your information there.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we'll have this up on YouTube. People can watch it. So
I love
thanks
it.
to our audience for being here
today.
Yeah,
I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Welcome, and thank you to our partners, the Westport Library, Verso Studios, and David Bibby. Thank you again for hosting. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Bye bye. Namaste.